Hi Taurus, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your monthly forecast for June 2015. Taurians, it's quite a phenomenal month for all of us, and the eclipses carry on. So we've already in the past had a solar eclipse, we've had a lunar eclipse, we've had full moon last month in Scorpio, and this month we have a full moon in Sagittarius, followed with Mercury that is going direct. We also have Saturn that is going retrograde for 3 months, and then there is a beautiful trine that is there this entire month between Jupiter and Uranus. That is just going to be extremely inspiring and lifting all our spirits, but more about that later. We begin the month with a full moon in Sagittarius, and this is aspecting a part of your chart that has to do all about give and take. There's a lot of focus on what it is that makes you secure, what it is, and this is for talking more about your joint resources, joint finances. It speaks about intimacy issues. It also speaks about control issues as well. And this aspect, Taurian, has been going on for you for about a year and a half. You've had this part of your chart get highlighted by some planet or the other. So there's now again full moon is all about something has come to fruition, and something really now needs to be looked at very seriously, or you need to be doing something about it. And this is a time where it is a time where you need to be looking at your joint finances, whether even if there are some EMIs that need to get paid off, whether it has to do with your debts, your loans, it's a good time to be taking care of that. It is also a time for transformation and healing. So if there have been issues, and especially if there have been intimacy issues, it's a good time to be seeing a counselor, a therapist, going for some professional help, trying to sort things out which have forever been in this chaotic mess, or even if not chaotic mess, they've forever been in a place where you have not, either you have just given up on it, or either you don't really want to do anything about it. But with full moon coming in, focusing on it, there is again an opportunity for you to be doing something about it. Now around the 5th, we have a beautiful aspect. We have Venus that is going to be going and joining Jupiter. That's a planet of good fortune, and he's a benefactor, and this is happening in your part of your chart that deals with your home. So a lot of focus on, maybe some of you could be renovating a house, it could be making it more luxurious. This also rules your mother. It's a house of Cancer. So it could be, you could be either going and spending some time with your parents, with your mother. You could be worried about your mom, or it could be that maybe a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia, walking down the memory lane, family reunions, cousins getting together, a lot of focus on even healing is there. So maybe this is the place where you get healed, your family around you, your cousins, and there's just a sort of a validation that you get from them. So it's a very beautiful time, and a lot of you are also going to be feeling maybe a need to get nurtured and loved. So some of you could be sitting and watching some old romantic movies and feeling very weepy, or some of you could just be maybe looking at your parents' marriage and their home, and then thinking about your house and thinking, that either wishing that, if things, why aren't they the way they are there at home? Why can't the same peace prevail over here? But there's just a sort of longing, a wishfulness around this entire aspect. Mercury has been retrograde since a month now. It went retrograde on 18th of May, and now it starts going direct on the 12th, and this is happening in a part of your chart that has to do with earned income. It has to do with your self-worth. So you will find that if there had been any delays as far as financial matters were concerned, or even for those of you who have been trying to, articulate or talk about financial matters, or even investments, or even if you have been trying to explain your standing in a certain relationship, you'll find that, rather than you being constantly being accused of how you should have done things or how you could be, this is the time you'll find things just sort of smoothen out for you, and you'll be able to smoothen up the loose ends and tighten. Mercury goes direct on the 12th, and Mercury has been retrograde since the 18th of May, and now it starts going direct. In fact, when you will be listening to the video, Mercury would still be retrograde, and it's a time where you will find that because it deals with a part of your chart that has to do with earned income, it has to do with financial issues and even self-worth to a certain extent. You'll find things, if there have been complications regarding either communicating about a certain financial, or you've maybe been trying to figure out your taxes, your funds, or maybe at your work there's been a slight bonus or a promotion which has a financial angle to it. You will find that has now again sort of opened up for you. So if you were in a review for a promotion which would have ensured that you got a financial gain through that as well, you'll find that opens up for you as soon as the Mercury starts going. It'll be a time also where you will be sorting out through your self-worth issues, and if you have been feeling slightly low as far as your self-esteem is concerned, you'll find yourself picking yourself up quite well during this time. Now, Saturn is going to be going retrograde for 3 months, and Saturn though has been there in this part of your chart that has to do with relationships, partnerships and marriage. It's been there for the last 2.5 years, and it has now moved ahead in your 6th house, but now Saturn is again going to step back for 3 months just to check whether the lessons have been learnt well. So a lot of focus again on marriage, on partnerships, how it is that you share yourself, what it is that are you still, and it's not about tolerance, it's not about compromise, it is how it is that you look at your relationships, how it is that you look at marriage. It is not really a short-term thing, and if you have compromise and if you are in a relationship, then what are you really doing about it? That's because that's not a compromise. You're just being there in the relationship is not a compromise. So are you working towards your marriage? Are you doing something about it? How's the partnership? Are you an equal giver as well in the relationship, or are you just sort of saying that I have made the sacrifice of being in the marriage and I don't need to be doing anything else about it? So all these questions, Saturn is again going to come back and ask you, that how it is that you view your, how fair are you in your partnerships, in your relationship, and there's going to be a lot of evaluation as far as your commitments are concerned. Now we have a new moon that is there, and new moon is there again in a part of your chart that has to do with your earned income, and it has to do with your self-worth, and there's a lot of focus on this house this entire month. And new moon again is going to be coming in, giving you new opportunities. It's all about starting again. It's about it also speaks about again benefiting through earned income. So there could be a promotion, it could be you'll get a bonus of sorts, or maybe there's a project has gone really well, there can be accolades associated with it, so that would speak about your self-worth as well. So a lot of focus is going to be there mid-month on this with new moon aspecting. Now the entire month, Taurans, there's a focus on a lovely trine that is there between Jupiter and Uranus. And this is Jupiter, of course, the planet that comes and expands everything, and he's a planet of good fortune and good luck. And Uranus, though, has its chaotic and unpredictability qualities around it, it's also a planet of inspiration and newer technology. So even if ideas that may have seemed really harebrained to you, it's a great time for some of you to be getting out and getting that funding for yourself. It's a great time that even when opportunities come your way, not to sort of put them on a side, but really recognize them as gifts. You will this month suddenly maybe meet very interesting people, maybe have opportunities that can help you grow, not just at your workplace, but also in personal life. I think there can be very sudden encounters with people which will just sort of make you think about your life ahead in a very, very different way. And the important thing to remember about this trine is that now these things are not going to be happening if you're sitting holed up at home. So it's a time to be getting out and saying yes to all the invitations that you get, Taurians. So go out and explore and ensure that you are out there socially meeting up people and being as flexible as possible, because Uranus with its unpredictability can change plans at the last minute. So ensure you have a plan B or a plan C and you don't get too phased by it. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Taurian. I'll see you again next month, and thank you so much for watching.